All right.
It better be. That's what I pay it for.
Big sip, pay it.
That's what I pay that camera for to record.
Is it getting union fees? Is it getting union dues?
No, definitely not. We're in a non-union shop. I'm all about free enterprise, you know.
Nice.
Don't want any barriers, any restrictions.
I agree.
Hampered labored efforts.
We live in a capitalist society. Right, James?
You know, I thought you were going to switch this candle up.
I did,
What
and
happened?
it didn't. I was waiting for it to die. I thought it would die mid-podcast. It died in the first, before it probably even started.
Well, we had a backup. We like to talk with a tea light next to us. Oh, hello, everyone, by the way. My name is James. I'm sitting here with someone. He may be named.
Oh, I'm Matt. Hey, everybody.
He's Matt. Happy to be together, of course, as always. Having conversations, lighting tea lights, sitting around tiny little metaphorical, or in some ways literal campfires.
Absolutely. Global campfires. Global campfires.
So yeah, this has this
Global fires.
candle holder has some geography on it. So it's the world globe.
Yeah.
Got to see those globalist perspectives.
Right. I think it centers us. We think about the world we live in. We think about, the connectivity of all of us. I think it's important,
Well, people have stuff like that too with like a Chicago biking map on it. A candle holder, but you can be like, oh, you can take Milwaukee here.
I once had a CTA.
Does that keep you grounded?
The CTA map in our dorm, college dorm one time.
And then do you think that kept you grounded?
Yeah. Grounded in Chicago. I'm in Chicago, buddies. I'm in Chicago. Here I am. Look at the train line that I take all the time. So I know I'm here.
So you're just feeling like you were home.
Yeah.
You knew where you were at.
Took pride in it.
Chi-town.
Yeah.
Well, you got to have something up. That's why so many people have the neighborhood maps. That's another one.
Yeah.
Oh, Albany Park,
It's important. It's important to take identity. It's identity.
Loop.
Right? It's part of your identity, right? I am a Chicagoan,
Specifically being from a certain neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You've lived in more Chicago neighborhoods than me, including some I have lived in, like Logan Square.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think has been your favorite one so far?
I really liked living in Humboldt Park when I lived in Humboldt Park. Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, it's I think it was just my situation that I just, I lived right next to the Food Smart. I had a lot of families near me that were all super really nice, and I got along with everybody, and I just really had a nice time.
Nice. You felt like you were able to take advantage of things that were going on around there, different food stores.
Yep.
Did you eat out a lot?
Oh, yeah. I ate out a lot. Pretty much. I mean, you do a lot of that in Chicago. I feel like when you live in the city, I felt like I ate out so much more than I did when I was in the suburbs. I mean, it's just crazy. There's so many more options to eat out, too. You can just eat everywhere, like Middle Eastern or Chinese or Thai or, Mexican or, there's just so many choices for you.
It's good to have those options.
I'm gonna go out and eat.
Good reason to live in Humboldt Park, definitely.
That was
over the suburbs.
Big bonus.
So, I mean, you're far now. You're in the suburbs, so you're experiencing the flip side of this coin.
Yeah. A lot more fast food options than mom and pop, good joints.
Chains or something?
Panera's.
Is that the first thing you were saying? Wow.
Well, yeah, it's funny. Well, there's a chain, but it's good. And it's good. It's decent. It's not crappy. Portillo's, right? I would live next to Portillo's, which is a great Chicago spot. Chicago fast food spot, right?
Yeah. It's basically like a fancy hamburger and hot dog place.
Right.
If you had to describe
higher
it.
quality. You can go to McDonald's or you can go to, Portillo's. It may take, a couple more minutes, but,
Feels like it's worth it in the moment.
It does.
And it is. It can be.
It does. But yeah, the food choices was a big difference when moving from the suburbs to the city.
Yeah, no, that matters a lot. And it's cool when you're from those areas too that have food trucks or things that are more transient where they're just there. Sometimes they're not there other times, and you get a constant change in your menu. Small businesses, people trying to do weird fusion variety foods.
Well, a classic spot. We used to go to this place when we lived in Jefferson Park called Ivy's, which is a burger joint. And the owner would be the one who would do the deliveries on the burger joint. And the way we found out was the delivery driver kept showing up, and we're like, oh man, this guy's really nice, blah, blah, blah. And then we went into the place, and the guy was behind the counter cooking up the burgers, and he's like, yeah, I'm the owner. And I was like, wait a minute, you're doing all of these things? He's like, yeah, we get a couple of orders, and I'll go out and drive the car, and I'll come back. And I was like,
Jack
wow.
of all trades.
And it was just delicious food. But now I don't get to go there. It was just such a small spot, right?
If you're going to lead people, I think it really matters if you do all the jobs or not.
Yeah.
If you're still on the front lines, if you're still, at the cash register, taking a call now and then, if you will never do it, that kind of sucks.
I think if it's your business, right? And you want to make sure everything's operating, especially at the beginning of the business, right? And you
it's ceremonial, in some ways. If you're a general, you got to walk out into the battlefield and shoot a guy.
Hey,
you
I've
know,
done it all.
to start it each year, and then you don't really do much the rest of the year. Let the young guys get at it.
Go out and shoot one guy and then come back and be like, see, I shot the one guy. We're fine. Right?
You should have seen him.
You saw what I did?
You should have seen the guy. You had no idea it was coming.
Yeah, he was a general. He was a general, and he did.
I shot another general. I could see a general. I could see some stars on his lapels across the battlefield, and I just took him out.
Stratego, like two generals like hitting each other.
I'm not familiar if that's how that goes.
Stratego, you never played Stratego board game?
Don't think so.
No. It's
There's so many war board games.
Yeah, right.
Risk.
I'm a big Risk fan. Love the Risk. You like board games though, right?
I do. I haven't played every one.
What's your favorite board game?
Loaded questions, I suppose.
Oh yeah,
if that counts.
Yeah.
Basically, you ask questions. Everyone answers on a sheet. You can put whatever you want. Oh, it's a place you get a tattoo on your body. People going, bicep, lower
cheek.
back,
yeah,
ass.
Yeah.
But you can get creative with it, and I love that you can have your own input. It's not like you just having everyone guess the word that the game chose for you.
Sure. Or like it's RNG, right? Or like random number generator. Like you're not just rolling dice and getting random stuff, right? You have some sort of control over
Definitely.
it. Right?
You're authoring copy. You're coming up with something in the moment, and then trying to throw people off, trying to maybe sound like someone else, all of a sudden impersonating someone else, because basically someone has to guess what everyone wrote.
Right.
You read them all, and it's like, that was you. You have to figure out who's who, but you can try to write in someone else's voice.
Yeah. Have you ever played any of the Jackbox games?
I don't think so. I think maybe is that You Don't Know Jack?
Yes. Yeah. It's the evolution of that. That's like
I played the early computer ones, like late 90s maybe.
Basically now it's like a game of mini games. And there's like all sorts of different games, and you visually do it. There's like a rap battle game. There's there's so many. A product game where you like invent a product and you take it through the stages of development, but you're doing it against the people next to you, and you don't necessarily know who has which product, and you kind of have to figure it out who's pushing which one, and then you like present it like, hey, this is my final, and then everyone's like, oh, I want to invest my money in this one.
But there's no actual stakes, right? There's no actual money.
No, it's not real money, but it's just virtual money.
What you're telling me is they found a way to have novices develop games for them.
Yep. Not just games, products.
Products.
Yeah. Big time products. It's
coming up with constant ideas. Just like get a bunch of monkeys on typewriters, basically what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they record everything, and they don't let you know. They're like, we have this all copyrighted. It's all the really good ones. They were already trying to market that out. Mm-hmm. That's where the Squatty Potty came from. Somebody did a Jackbox game, and then
that's fucking great.
Doesn't it seem like that would be that kind of?
No, it would be something just like that.
Right.
Just like that, exactly. Something that like an executive wouldn't even understand. They're like, I don't know, my marble toilet, I shit just fine. So if the fact that someone want plastic in their homes, it just horrifies me. It just wouldn't connect with an executive, someone in charge of making those decisions at a plastics company.
No, I don't know. I think that the Squatty Potty was a.
I want to talk about the Squatty Potty so much right now.
Do you really?
I'm so fucking ready.
Go,
yeah, you go. You go.
No,
I'm just waiting for you to get it out. Go. What do you got about the Squatty?
I think it's a very interesting.
God, he's trying to pick his words
very carefully.
Yeah, why? Just talk about it.
It's like an evolutionary step, I guess. But at the same time, it's really like.
It's a step back. We used to squat when we shit.
But I was gonna say, but at the same time, it's not.
Looking back to look forward. That's what it is.
It seems like this like new novel thing, and it's just this great idea. Like, let me just squat when I take a piss. But it's just so like.
You know what? Call me crazy. I'm gonna squat and shit.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to squat and shit.
I have a friend that swears by it. That's like that's his way of life now.
A friend is one of the, 4 billion people that
4 billion,
squat that way.
Maybe.
I don't know how many it really is, but it's got to be a shit ton.
A
Pun
lot.
intended. Thank you very much.
A lot.
Squatting, I've tried it a little. We've all turned the wastebasket in the bathroom over on its side as a makeshift squatty potty just to see what it was like. We've all experimented.
You're not
right?
wrong. Right. It's fine. It's fine, I guess.
But how do you feel when you go into someone's home and they have it?
It's like kind of like it's like the same as a bidet. You just kind of nod at it, and you're just like,
okay, I'm not gonna talk about this.
You got that? That's fine. It's not like a talk about it thing.
I'm too scared to try it.
Unless,
right.
Right. I don't know how to operate that.
Would you use someone else's squatty potty if you went in their house?
I mean, if I use a squatty potty and like I know them really, but I don't use a squatty potty, so I probably should be like, I would like tow it away from me slightly, like just like.
How would you know if you haven't tried it?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Maybe you do use it.
Maybe it's just the best thing ever.
Could be.
Yeah, could be.
Could be. I do think there is something to it. There's something to that motion.
Yeah.
Did you ever see some of those nasty commercials they had for it, where it was like a CGI zebra shitting rainbow ice cream onto a cone from the Squatty Potty? Something insane.
Wow.
I could be making parts of that up, but
Somebody got paid to make that.
Yeah.
Somebody got made to think about making that.
Definitely.
That's wild.
Yeah, something that you think would be a college project. You know, I mean,
Squatty Potty money. But was that a Shark Tank? Was that a Shark Tank thing? Did that come from? I can't
couldn't tell you.
remember.
It's a definite Shark Tank type idea.
It's an interesting, yeah.
Those are the kind of
Game
ideas
show.
you would get
Game show.
if
in
Jack in the
games.
Box games were stealing ideas.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
It'd be Squatty Potty, and it would be like, God, I don't know. It'd be like a crumb catcher for your driver's seat car, or something. You know, people who eat in the car like catch crumbs. It's like, but that's
trough.
That's what someone come up with.
This,
Yes,
like,
a trough.
This like net trough to like catch
Oh no, and
crumbs.
it's waterproof. So once you catch all the crumbs on there, you throw some water on, mix it up, and mash it up in the
It's
trough
vinyl,
like a paste.
so it's just
and you
right.
can eat it off there.
You just hose it. Oh, you gonna eat it? You want to see
like
eating
a trough, you fucking pig. Enjoy. I know you like it. Yeah, that's gonna cut
You
like those
fucking
crumbs?
disgusting pig.
You like those crumbs? Eat those crumbs.
Wow.
I don't know if that's gonna take off, but that's just that's what I would submit if I was doing product development for Jack.
It sounds like America to me, so I feel like we could really do some serious.
Well, I just want to do
stuff.
something with the car.
Oh,
you know,
okay, yeah.
major.
God, people live in their cars
F-150s.
sometimes.
F-150s, we can like sell a bigger one, be like extra duty for the extra man.
Heavy duty man.
Right. And, you know, get an extra 10, 15 bucks out of the situation.
Oh, that's what it's all about. You got to monetize. Monetize.
It's about price points.
That's why we got to talk about Disney Plus again, because they're not our sponsor, but they really should be, right?
What's up with Disney Plus?
No,
I
got nothing.
I wanted to
I
know
got
what your
nothing.
product was with Jack in the Box or whatever it's called.
What was my
Jack
jacket?
Games.
You know what? Actually, what it was, it's kind of silly and embarrassing now, but somebody came up with a category. Okay, so I think the category, the product. Okay, so you had to make a product for this phrase,
I'm waiting to hear your product.
and it was to hide your boner on the beach, and that was you had to make a product to do this. So my product
It's like
invention
a
was
fake magazine.
right.
It's over your crotch, and it's like, oh, it sticks up in the middle, but that's just the spine of the magazine, right? No, it's his boner.
Is that your magazine, or you're just happy to see me?
Exactly. Well, what was the real thing?
It was a beach ball with a hole cut in it.
Get the fuck out of here.
And that's what I invented, the beach ball, and it was called the beach ball boner hide. And it killed. Everyone loved it, and they thought it was the greatest thing, and everyone.
It's funny. That is funny.
With the
I will
beach
say
ball
that.
boner hide, because you just can walk around with your beach ball, and it hides your boner on the beach.
I have a theory though that a beach ball has never been held right in front of your dick, right in front of your crotch like that. Like I think the pictures of beach balls
Just
you see with
holding it
people,
low.
they're always holding it on their hip, on the
Right.
side of their body, because there's something perverted about like rubbing it on your crotch as you're like walking up to a group at a beach. Like,
But if you had a
if
boner,
you got it
yeah.
like, hey, I'm here, everyone, like two-handed holding the beach ball in front of your crotch.
Well, this
like,
is to
it
hide
looks
it.
So dick in a box.
Well, yeah, exactly. But you're not supposed to. You're supposed to hide your boner, right? You're trying to hide this thing. This isn't about like.
I want something more creative. You know?
Okay.
I want something even crazier than that.
Well, I'll tell you what. For that game, no one was more creative than me. I won that event with beach ball boner
I'm being a
hide.
bastard. No,
So
that's great.
what do you got?
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. I said the magazine thing.
Yeah,
that was my
that's-
contribution.
So he would fold the
That's not much
magazine
better.
like tree
You
like
couldn't get
over.
up. You couldn't get up. You could walk around.
So wait a
I'm
second.
with you. I'm with
So
you.
how
if it
would
was
you
like-
hold a magazine?
What if it was like a ridiculous sized boner? Like you put something more in your pants, so it's like, oh, obviously it's not a real one. It's just him
I
having
got
a,
it. I got
him
it.
being
So
funny.
my next idea, you know those foldable chairs with like the vinyl or the polyester type seating? You just have like a folded chair in front of your crotch. You just have to hold it. Like you're holding one of those folded chairs. And
basically you just have a folding chair.
You can bend your boner up into the folding chair. No matter how big your boner was, it has to be shorter than the folding chair
So
that you're trying to walk
your
around with.
invention is a folding chair.
No, but it's got like rubber
You're
bands.
looking at it all wrong.
Time out. It's got rubber bands to tape your schlong to.
It's
That's
like
a
a
major
little like a
component.
sheath,
That's the
a
patent.
boner,
That's the
boner
patent.
sheath.
I wouldn't call it a sheath. Maybe a quiver at best. A dick sling at worst.
Dick sling at
There'd be
work.
some sort of sling action happening.
Dick sling hide.
You want it to be comfortable too, breathable.
yeah.
You know, some sort of good
Soft,
fabric.
right?
Poly-
Probably
you wanna-
bamboo.
Not too soft. You want to
Cotton.
kill the boner. You don't want to make it. You know what I mean? That's the idea. It's a hide. You got to hide your shit. Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, Jack in the Box, inventing things. It's a great game. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
Good for them. Yeah, that's great. I used to, like the game when I was younger. Can't wait to learn more about them. Spent hours on Wikipedia after this researching them.
That's
Kinda
it. You're gonna be like, I'm gonna play this game. This is the next game.
I just remember the bald guy, didn't they? You don't know Jack. They just had
Oh
like
yeah,
a-
and it was his forehead, right? It just was bam, right in his forehead.
yeah. That's the only thing coming to mind right now, basically for them. Now I got this whole product development thing, which honestly is hilarious to think of setting stuff up online to be like mills
Right.
for another purpose. Like how they use auto captures, like to teach driverless cars what's a mailbox or what's a stop sign.
All those
what's a bus.
captchas, right? Hey, this
Yeah.
is this. Yep, you're identifying it for them. You know, what I mean?
How do you say that?
captchas?
Captcha?
I thought that. Oh, is it
Captcha?
captcha?
I don't know.
Captcha? Captcha?
Yeah, me freaking out that I'm
Recaptcha?
saying it wrong.
Captcha.
Captcha. Yeah.
Captcha.
Captcha.
Recaptcha.
Yeah, I think that's
But
super
that
interesting.
stuff, it's being used for something else too.
All of the data that you produce that's sold is then, profited by some company that wants to use that for something. And with all this AI technology that's coming out, so much of it is all this stuff, all of our choices, all of our little flicks that we make, and like someone's taking that and using that, right?
I have an idea for the podcast.
Let's do it.
What if we get a bell or a horn or some sort of sampler so that we could smash on a button anytime someone brings up AI?
Oh man.
Like AI.
Yeah, totally.
An alarm gets hit.
Something like that. What? I think that shows you how popular it is because yes, I maybe talk about
And
it
so
a lot.
fun it is to talk about.
It is. It's
Even
crazy.
the little things, like it gives me Pandora suggestions. That's still good. It's like good enough.
Man, it's so subtle and pervasive how much this is taking over our lives, like the Siri stuff. Like my daughter's talking to Siri, like, "Hey Siri," and my Randy's just like, "Don't talk to Siri. Stop talking to Siri." But it's so easy to ask them anything.
Yeah, that's funny you bring that up because I actually read this article that was saying, you have to think about how interfacing with these machines is shaping our language patterns in terms of what we say. Like you just give demands of these electronic devices, which maybe makes you more likely to give demands of other people.
Right. It's not
that
a
you're trying to
request. It's a
interact with.
demand. Hey, can I
Absolutely.
get something? Maybe it's like, no, mine. Give me this because I expect this.
What's the
immediately.
weather?
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, what do you think it's like outside? Do you know the weather?
Set an alarm.
No social niceties. It's just you're talking to a machine.
Open YouTube.
If that makes people talk more like they talk to machines to other people, does that make humans more like machines? Answer that.
At what point? At what point that meld? You know what I mean? It's getting, and then
I mean, actually, I already believe we're already part bionic because we're always holding the phones. It's basically an extension of our humanity now.
did we talk about yet the bone formation that's showing up on young kids, the back of their heads? And it's
What?
like because their heads are so much lower. There's like a bone that
What the fuck
thing
are
that's.
you talking about?
I swear to God, there's this thing that's out there. They've found it in these kids. It's this
Because
the
people
first,
are leaning their heads over on their cell phones?
right. Yes, it's the first evolutionary sign of like cell phones
Dude,
and technology.
no.
So
I
bone.
cannot believe this.
So bones are growing.
It's a spur that forms or like biologically before
It's
birth?
a spur. It's a spur. It's like a bone spur.
Spur
it's
that's
not
forming.
it's not a new bone. It's just
Right.
part of.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
like now that you have this genetically, it's in your genes that like your body's produced this. So then moving forward, it's like a mutation that your body's
How
producing.
early can you get the bone spur? That's my next question.
They're showing it in like younger kids, like adolescents, that kids who are on their phones so much, like hours of the day, right? That they're down on the phone.
They're just fucking hooked.
and it's like to support their brainstem.
I don't know. I don't know.
It
Don't
sounds
say
crazy.
evolutionary. That's a whole nother thing.
But-
that's a stress injury. It's not like an evolutionary thing with humans. It's not making us like have a tail or
But why don't
something.
you think that like this reliance on computers, there will be an evolutionary component when these
I do.
computer
Hey, listen, I do think there will be. How about this? Any people that spend that much time on their phones that end up forming a bone spur at the base of their neck, top
Yeah.
of their back, they will be selectively chosen out of the population. They won't breed as often or as gratuitously, and so those genetics won't continue on. Bone spurs will be a thing we're protected against. I think that's how we can evolve.
creeped into.
Yeah, right. He did. I kind of backed up on that.
In the camera.
No, I
Come on, I
think
had to come at you with that one.
no, I think you're. Why is that not
Sexual
the new evolutionary
selection.
norm? When you see
as
it,
it relates to evolution.
but if more and more people.
What if they're on Tinder?
Well, how well does it market?
Yeah.
Is a bone
Is
spur
bone spur?
a positive on Tinder?
I mean, it's not like it's like
No.
a permanent thing, right?
No.
It's not like it's like you can't necessarily see it visually. It's just a thing that's kind of there then for them to support their next down.
it's just
And if it's showing up in more and more people, I'm just saying.
yeah. Well, look,
They're saying
you're talking about the evolution of it. I'm saying the evolution can go in different ways.
they were saying
least-
that this
at
is the
least that.
first one of the first signs of the technological like implications on evolution. That's what they're saying.
Outside of like carpal tunnel for thumbs that
Yeah.
has already existed, right?
My chiropractor, he talks about that. How everyone's got stuff in their
Here it
shoulders.
comes. Here it comes.
Oh, I know. Because everyone's on their phones, right?
That's
So
an
everyone's
amazing noise.
crushed.
I want to sample that noise. I'm gonna have that button too.
All right.
No, everyone's crushing
Right.
the keypads.
So you're like this, and you're on your keyboards like this, and you're crunched, and
Yeah.
you're doing like this, right? So it's on
That's
your
a lot.
shoulders.
That's a lot.
So but this is a new stage, a new stage in like where we're going evolutionary, and it's because of the technology. It's pushing it forward.
Evolutionary. See that again.
You don't
gotta
like
drop
that?
shit.
Why? What's evolutionary? What's
a
evolutionary
million
for you?
years of
For
the
our
same behavior.
Evolutionary for our culture. No, I'm just being strict on it for no reason. Yeah,
No.
You're right. It is changing our culture at a groundbreaking,
Right.
majorly dynamic level. I do get that. Although it's so dynamic and so insane, it might snap out of that really quickly. We might interface with technology in a very new way, even in the form of like Google Glass or like in your contact
The
lenses.
contact lenses,
In 5
the
years, in which
wearables,
case you're
all the
not looking
wearables.
down anymore,
Right.
and then that particular
It's gone.
wrinkle in technology usage
It was more
is
like
ironed out.
the first of this potential.
Yeah. Well, we're getting the first of being bit in the ass. For sure.
There's a lot
Although
of,
there's a lot of mental stuff in which we might be getting bit in the ass. People being on social media, being all depressed and shit from people's image crafting.
younger people being
So, I mean,
born into the social media world
the
off
brain-
the bat.
major brain-body connection. So it's obviously fucking someone up. They're not eating well. Maybe they're not exercising. They're feeling defeated. It's like, I'm not in the Cayman Islands, enjoying myself, ripped like them.
Watching this feed of Instagram
their
celebrities just living the life, right?
Their top posts, their likes.
Look at all those likes. How many million followers?
Hundreds, thousands of likes, millions of likes.
I'm just
Did
with
your
nothing.
did your likes go away on Instagram yet?
I don't know.
I
Probably. I don't know.
I just saw my girlfriend's phone. Her likes are now it's hundreds of likes or thousands of likes. She was like, they're testing it on certain people.
So if you have 100 likes, but then it shows up, but then if you have like no likes,
It says like someone's name, like liked by this person and other likes.
really.
Just
That's been there for a
script.
while when it says.
Have you had that, Austin?
I've had that since for like a while.
They're
It
probably
says
doing it by age.
it's the first person. It's the first person, like someone that you constantly communicate with usually, and then a number of other people.
You're saying they do it person at a time before they do like everyone's feed? They just do it account by account?
Yeah, it shows people that you frequently talk to. Like I'm looking at a post right now, and it says that one of my friends liked it, and then a bunch of other people liked it after that.
So it depends.
I don't think
know.
I don't think they're gonna phase out the likes. I think that'd kill their fan base.
Yeah, it seems odd. Well, it says hundreds or thousands or millions. It says how many likes it gets. So you
People
can
like
hit
the
certain
popularity,
echelons to be
yeah.
like, God damn, this is popular.
People like the popularity contest.
To go from hundreds to thousands, because the average person has less than 1,000. So the average person's post is not going to get 1,000 likes. So the first threshold to fame, quote unquote, with something going viral or being big, has got to be 1,000.
Right.
If you have like liked by this person and thousands of others, it's
That'll
like,
go
what
somewhere
the
else.
fuck?
If it's something over
and then it's
1,000,
another gigantic jump for to be like and
10,000,
millions of others,
100,000.
which is like a whole nother echelon.
Is that what they're saying it's going to be?
No, I'm just speculating. I'm shooting the shit in terms of how I see it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
There's-
because
there's
everyone's got
variations.
tens of others.
Yeah.
Not everyone, but commonly, right? But jumping from hundreds to thousands, that's the threshold. That's a major one.
It's if your articles that are about your 1,000 liked video go off, right? So your video hits 1,000 videos, people start writing articles about it.
Right.
Then as it takes off, then people go back to the original video, and then it hits like 10,000, 15,000.
I wonder what that real number is, though, in terms of how many people have to look at something for it to get traction. It could be, people obviously in a certain.
Like a regional, it'll become a regional thing.
Yeah.
Look at the Area 51 meme thing. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The one guy created one simple like, let's storm Area 51 on September 20th, and then it was like 40 people, and then all of a sudden that 40 people turned into 1 million people.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, there's 1 million
It's
people
caught
signed
on.
up for this event, and it was like wildfire,
Do you think 1 million people signed on to develop a product for the Jackbox game?
I don't know, maybe over time. You know what I mean?
Or was more
are
like,
playing it?
2,000.
No, I would
1 million or 2,000?
a couple 100,000.
A couple 100,000.
Yeah, a lot of people play Jackbox.
We're on to you, Jackbox.
A lot of people play Jackbox. A lot of people play Jackbox that play it multiple times. So it's more like if you invented something, you probably invented like 3 or 4 things, right?
I got it. You got some baby Edisons. Yeah, you don't want to be asking everyone to
No.
invent something. You want someone who wants to be playing that game to play that game.
But who's watching through all that data? Who's trolling through all everybody's like inventions?
Oh, they don't have to be trolling.
That's a
They could be picking gold sifting.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just like looking at 1,000 different things, being like, okay, that one's good. That's it. That's the squatty potty.
That's the squatty potty.
I don't know. It seems.
Do you think you'd be more or less freaked out if someone like decorated their squatty potty, like put stickers on it, or like drew on it, or
I'd
spray
be a little
painted
perturbed because it's kind of like a thing that's gonna get maybe messy
it?
every
Like,
once in a while.
Don't
so
fucking touch it.
you got a
and then clean
sticker
it?
on there. Yeah, you're gonna need to clean that sucker. So you got,
Shit.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You think it's disgusting?
Well,
I'm with you.
it's not great.
How about this? I'm gonna have a squatty potty, but I'm also gonna just show I have a power washer in my bathroom. So I'm just gonna have it plugged in, connected to a water source. So it's not on, but I could turn it on.
So there's power washers in here. I gotta pee around this. Yeah. Just like kind of squeeze in next to it. You just have this like giant power washer in your bathroom.
Yeah, you can use the nozzle to put the seat down if you want.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So it's the bidet. You can use it as a bidet as well. Just set the setting real low.
Have
You can also carve your initials on the side of the toilet.
There you go.
Yeah, I love carving stuff with a power washer. That's major. Do you have a bidet opinion? Using a bidet?
So I have not really used one. I've not really used one. Don't have a real opinion, but I know that the people that use them swear by them.
You haven't been able
Like,
to blast your ass once in your life?
No, not really. I've
have.
Yeah. How's it?
Yeah, I mean, good. I don't want it to be the last word though. I always want paper to still be involved after that.
I don't like
You know
what
what I mean?
the idea of a wet asshole just does not sound great to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. But you can use your hand, I guess, or if
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't want to go
something.
that hard, you can get the paper, I guess.
Kim and Al have one.
Yeah. What's that like?
Parents.
He's nodding. He's nodding.
He's using it. Do you use it? Do you sneak in your
I
parents' place? and
agree
use
with
it?
you. You have to end with some.
Do
paper.
Kim and Al have one in their private bathroom, or is
Yep.
there one in the public bathroom anywhere?
Private. Their bathroom.
Okay. And then how many times do you get on this bidet?
Once when we moved in, first time.
Once a day, huh?
No, once
No,
when
I'm
we
kidding.
moved
Yeah,
in.
I got you.
Well done.
That was good.
Once a
That was
day,
good.
yeah.
Got me there.
I'd be the same way, man.
Nice.
But
It
you
was,
know,
it was like nice. It was like, okay, that's what that's about.
it was a thing in Asia when I was in Nepal.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
People,
they're into
use
that.
water specifically. Yeah, you get paper everywhere, but it's generally everywhere I went and whatnot. But
Water, and then you just water yourself, and then hand it off, and then
Yeah.
should I hand wipe,
yeah, I pick the right hand exactly.
and then wash your hands afterwards. I imagine.
preferably, that are just dry them in the sun.
Interesting.
I would wash.
You'd have to.
That'd be me. We can develop another product maybe around squatty potty bidet, maybe a third thing to wash your hands.
Maybe like a towel. Carry on yourself a towel or a handkerchief.
I'm thinking like a bowling ball cleaner you can stick your hands in to clean them after you shit and wipe.
Like a floss.
Or
You know,
a
floss
glove,
yourself.
a shit glove.
Ooh, a shit glove.
You put the glove
You
on.
want-
You finish off the bidet. You use your hand. You put a glove on, and then you throw the glove out.
What's the material of the
We're supposed to be
glove?
sustainable. I guess we're
Yeah,
going
no,
for
it's
sustainable.
I'm gonna hear them out though.
Here we go. The glove's made out of paper, almost like a
It's a toilet paper glove.
Oh, I guess I didn't want to really go down the vein of toilet paper.
How
It'll
thick
be
is
a-
this
have a
glove
bad
gonna
rep.
have to be? If it doesn't rip apart, it's gotta
I
be at
want to
least a
thin. I want to
4-layer
feel the
glove.
poo particles as I'm scraping them off with this glove.
It's a risk.
Okay.
No, you can't. You can't have a glove. You gotta have something. I don't know. I'm a toilet paper man. I'll be a toilet paper man for the rest of my life.
So you wouldn't buy my new product, which is as follows: a small piece of bamboo, okay, with some coconut coir, some husks of coconut on there, tied down, just wiping against your butt like some
I'm
sort of
listening.
ass toothbrush.
Kind of scratches it a little bit, little
Yeah, well,
brace.
yeah, it might give a more abrasion, so you might be like hooked on this, but it's still soft in a
Still
way because
soft,
it's
yeah.
natural coconut
Yeah.
fibers.
I'd invest. My
thinking-
Jackbox, yes. I'm gonna Jackbox invest my $500.
Yeah, we're just kicking them out.
Yeah.
All the business ideas.
Yeah.
We should sell all this stuff on a website and like put a link for Christmas time. Be like, you can buy our custom homemade ass wipers.
Ass wipe,
which are-
coconut ass wipe, 100% organic coconut ass wipes.
I think we'll be doing 4-inch pieces of coconut.
Or the
with
butt glove. Here's our butt glove.
butt gloves. Oh, we'll do an ass care of the month club. We'll do like different ass care packages each month. You could buy a subscription for 12 months. We just need to come up with 12 ideas.
Perfect.
So we're like 2 down. We got 10 more.
Shit.
Next one's gonna be air powered.
Air powered? Oh wow, like a fan, like a real strong
Yeah,
fan.
take like one of those Dyson hand blowers or Dyson fan. Just like repurpose it or move the blade so it just fires so much air in your ass the poo particles splatter everywhere else except for your actual skin.
Wow.
We call it pneumatic.
Yeah, just throw pneumatic on
Yeah.
there. The marketing.
Oh, of course.
Super
Yeah,
pneumatic.
See what we can say without getting sued. Power pneumatic.
That sounds terrible, honestly.
What's your idea? Next one.
trying to think of shit ass wiping. You came up with a great bamboo.
Do you think there's a market for like scented or flavored toilet paper, either or?
Scented toilet paper.
Like it smells like vanilla when you wipe in your ass? Or you think that would fuck with you?
Maybe that
You'd be like, you go away for a long time in the
It
bathroom. You come
depends
back
on
and it's
your
like, why do
partner.
you smell like vanilla now?
It depends on your partner, right? Depends on your partner. You know, yeah. Give me that fucking vanilla ass wipe smell.
What
you
part?
know?
What do you mean depends on your partner?
Like, you know, if you're enjoying eating ass and you want like that
Oh.
vanilla taste, you know, give me that.
That's
give me that
funny.
vanilla
Oh
wipe.
my god, dude, that's the market though.
You know,
there's an occasion to use it.
absolutely.
And holy shit, that's genius because it's like a signal too that you're into that shit for the night. Like, hey, eat my ass. Is constantly the message when you're smelling vanilla or smelling key lime or whatever flavors we market to the ass eaters.
You leave it in the bathroom so it's there, so they notice
Exactly,
it,
there's
and
two
then you
different
go,
roles.
oh, so this is what the night's gonna turn into. That's it.
I
There it
couldn't
is.
help but notice your ass smells like lemon.
Back in the day, a friend of mine told me that if a single girl has, oh, this is gonna sound terrible, has like wet wipes in her toilet that are visible, is she's into butt stuff. So
That's bullshit.
That's you know what I mean. So if
is
you
age
have
taken into account?
scented, if I don't know, young, I don't know, but if you have scented vanilla toilet paper, I think that's like a signal that like, hey, you're into some butt stuff. You know.
You know, and I
You're
think we
sending
need
a
to
message.
stick, we
If
need
you
to
have
stick to that
scented-
demographic. If
scented,
we're going to be
you know.
doing Ass Care of the Month Club, we should.
If
I don't know, what's the kinkiest month? Which one is this going to be for? The ass
just
play
February.
month?
February. Right?
February's
yeah,
ass play
Valentine's
month?
Day.
What?
February.
shortest month.
Valentine's Day.
That's what we're going to do?
I love you. Show me your butthole. You know, like that.
Okay, I don't know what I'm thinking, of course. Winter's boring. You got to do something during all those fucking months. It makes perfect sense. Perfect time for that scheduled programming.
Scheduled programming. So scented. We have scented toilet paper. We have the butt glove.
mean,
we
we
have the
just-
coconut all
Just
natural
hit
one.
after hit after hit after hit. You know,
Well,
to
this is
me,
all patented, right? Because it's a creative patent.
most
right?
of what I do is patented. You know, some pending.
I have several
mostly
lawyers I know.
fully patented. Next one I want to do out of glass. I want it to be warm, so it's got like probably some sort of fuse or something in there.
Glass, huh?
So it warms the glass, and then you dip the glass in water, so it's wet glass that you wipe on your ass, and so you can just wash this wet
Maybe like-
glass. It's warm.
Maybe like a comb. How about a
Warm
comb?
white glass.
Like a comb, like a thin tooth comb.
Okay, that's two more. Look, we'll do the comb.
I was gonna say
explain
maybe
the comb.
the glass could be problematic because of shattering.
Not this glass. This is Gorilla Glass.
Finely
This
tempered, thick glass.
It's gonna
okay?
be the glass they developed after Shaquille O'Neal joined the NBA, and they just stopped him from smashing those backboards. You know what I mean? Like 8.5-inch bulletproof.
We'll talk to several manufacturers. We'll run some tests. You know, make sure that like the tensile strength of an asshole can't crack this glass.
Yeah,
you know?
we'll use a pneumatic gun to make sure the tensile strength
There it is.
set.
There
Yeah,
it
of
is. A
course.
torque wrench. We'll use a torque
Yeah, I
wrench.
mean
too.
we care
Let's-
about our customers for this ass club, so let's make sure that we're like taking care of them.
My customers know when glass and your ass are related, when they're involved. I'm gonna take the utmost care to make sure there's no issues.
Your
Outside
ass
of
is in great hands with us.
the occasional glass maybe breaking, yes, upon shipment. We have been getting some phone calls about this.
We're getting some new bubble wrap. I hear it's
We talked to
great.
our peanut guy, our packing peanut guy. He was having a
Biodegradable.
bad day at work.
Biodegradable. You can put them in the
he,
toilet.
He was going through something.
I mean,
It was,
obviously, he was trying to use 20% less peanuts to try to shave some cost off of himself, and the customer suffered. However, you know, we've adjusted and we've made the situation.
shaving this off of himself. I feel like that should be related to the next ass care kit. The comb.
The
How about
comb, yeah, like a
Hair
really
needs-
thin-toothed comb that you know you can kind of like, but it's like rubbered, right? Like it's like a rubber that's like really like flexible, so you can kind of comb
yeah.
it through.
I know
you
what
know,
you're talking about. Exactly.
You know, and then you can
like
like
the
wash
silicone
it.
grill brushes.
Yeah, like and then you can wash it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be excellent.
So, in the essence of the squatty potty, how we go back to our animalistic roots, what if it was like just a patch of grass that's on your bathroom floor?
Well, I think that's what he was going for with
love
the
that.
coconut bamboo.
But so
thing,
when
right?
you're done, you sit like a dog and you go. And our motto can
oh
be,
shit, I love that.
what's our company again? What's it called?
Apparently allnaturalass-solutions.com.
That's a long one. How about ass savers? How about ass savers? Your ass is our grass.
Oh, that's good. That's a great tagline. You
or
came with
how
a full
about our
marketing plan on
grass
that one.
saves your ass?
Either
There you
one.
go.
Either one. I'm
Our
down.
grass
Well,
saves
look,
your ass.
if we're gonna be sending a kit every month, we can put all these fucking jokes and puns in a pamphlet. We can put it on an 8x10,
8x10,
photo
yeah.
print. We do
One day we just like
laminate it
Sure,
so it's waterproof.
Sure. Any of that's fine
hours
with me.
of writing these fucking puns.
Yeah,
Hours.
laminate's gonna last forever.
Then you can read it on the shitter and then wash it off when you're done.
We need to do it on like all natural paper, so it dissolves by next year, and you have to buy the service again to get those jokes
Of
back.
course.
That's what
That's
I'm
good.
thinking.
That's good. You buy it for
Can't
the
do
jokes.
laminate It's you gotta pretend like it's for the environment, charge more, and then
Our
there's
business
no
is not
plastic to pay
nostalgia,
for.
right? It's about moving forward. It's about
Moving our bottom lines
Yeah.
forward.
We gotta learn like.
that was good.
Oh.
That was very good.
I'm impressed.
But not fully requirement, I guess.
No.
I guess. I'm glad we've actually gotten to the invention portion of this podcast because I've been wanting to get all those business ideas out there.
Yeah, let's make some money, dude.
And
I
then
want to make
the
money.
funny thing, it's all about that money, but also the major thing is we start with like these shit jokes related to making money. So people are just like, these guys aren't fucking serious.
These
They're
guys
just joking.
talking
I'm
about-
talking about toilet paper this and ass grass that. It's insane. But eventually we're going to slowly become more and more serious to where we have like a URL in the bottom of the screen. It's like, if you want to invest, go to our Kickstarter for this one, whatever. And then basically we can just steal people's money for Kickstarter.
If you want to be a part of the shit glove, this is the time to do it.
And it'll of course be a wave of things where you're like, is this real? Is this not real?
Bing,
Is this
bang, boom.
ironic?
Shit glove, right for you.
And
Just
then
like we
people
get
in-
lazier with the sayings.
We get that angel investor that drops like $100,000. It's like, no, we need to make that. We need to make that ass grass thing a reality, right? That's
Angel
gonna be a
investor.
thing.
Are we gonna deliver on the product, or are we just gonna send him
Well,
an ass glove?
we'll see. We'll make some prototypes. It ultimately doesn't go where.
Give 'em
we'll
some
pocket
merch.
most of the
Oh,
cash.
No. This is good actually. We'll just create a single prototype of any of our inventions and sell the prototype.
Sure, right.
Like
You
this is a $450 prototype
highest bidder.
for an ass
Absolutely,
scratcher, an ass comb.
We'll make only one
And
shit glove.
occasionally people will buy those ridiculous products and they'll have it. They'll have the ass scratcher. They'll have the ass grass. You can build whatever they want.
They can have that forever.
I want to run through the rest of the ass ideas.
Wow.
but
Or
if you
we're still with this ass.
as I keep bringing them up, I just feel free to jump in and just switch it up anytime you feel like you're done with the toilet paper or the ass accessories.
Wow. I'm just surprised this can we go a full hour just talking about ass accessories?
It's starting to look like it.
Would you? It is starting to look like it. It's getting really close.
Right?
Okay, no. Bring up something else, or we'll talk about something else naturally. I'm sure right now, especially since I'm talking about like
Naturally,
this.
just like the natural toilet paper, I'm gonna wipe my behind with. I know that bidets are very like European thing, which I think is interesting, right?
Right.
Like Europeans are very into the bidet. It's like but I don't get it. I just don't. Why do you want a wet ass? Who wants a
you
wet
It's
don't.
ass?
about a
You
cleaner
don't.
ass.
It's a
'cause
cleaner.
You just do your mashing, chopped
But
up
then, okay,
paper,
so-
chopped up trees.
It's like a
Sure,
mesh.
against your
sustainably,
fragile
it's
skin.
Not, it's not great. Sustainably, it's not great.
It's not. It's
But,
not.
like-
It's expensive.
It's just
those-
water.
Those
Yeah.
trips to Costco, they cost at least in gasoline,
Yeah.
if not your time, if not other things.
Yeah.
So those rolls add up. We're about to move off of the fecal conversation at some point.
I think
feel
we
like
had-
it's
I think we had
almost
six-
happening.
almost
Okay,
six
here's the
out of
next
7.
one.
We
It's
need
like a
one more.
bag that hangs on
Oh,
the
we need
side of your
12. We need
toilet.
12. Oh,
and
bag.
it has like room. You can put your iPad in there. It's got like an iPhone charger coming out of it.
So like your
it's like
accessory
all
holder?
your shitting needs.
I'm almost
accessory
positive that's
holder.
already been invented.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's.
So,
Do you guys own one?
Have you seen some of these Japanese
guys own one?
toilets?
fair enough. Fair enough.
Or we just need a better marketing department. I'm talking about on this podcast. I'm trying to create buzz.
If you do something here, all right?
You know what I'm just gonna do is buy. Have you seen those bucket bags? Like you can take a 5-gallon bucket and throw this like tool bag around it, and it like
Really?
allows you to use a tool bucket as like a tool holder,
Interesting.
or just a 5-gallon bucket as a
Right.
tool holder.
Right.
I'm basically gonna repurpose one of those for toilets, and just like sell it with like a USB cord. It's gonna be that and a USB cord, and I'm gonna be like, it's a smart
This is it. Smart toilet.
enabled. Yeah.
Smart. That's the
Talk to your
buzzword,
toilet.
smart.
Talk to your toilet.
Shit. Yeah, we can definitely do something like that.
Integrate with Amazon Alexa.
That,
Alexa, the
that or
dot.
I should go all out and get like a Raspberry Pi in there with a Philips Smart
Oh,
Hue.
wow.
Oh shit.
And like the lights actually do turn on when you sit down, and then when you stand up after you shit, it goes from like a blue color or red color, your preferred shit color, to like a white. It like fades
I
to
would
show like the peaceful moment that
I
you're
would
now
like a-
exiting from.
That you're now exiting from.
Proximity sensors. It'd be super easy.
I would like a voice to tell me how nice of a shit that I had. You know.
That was a good one.
Great poop, dude. You know. Thanks.
Or Gilbert Godfrey to tell you it was like not okay. You know.
Well, they
That's a nice pass. You know.
that was subpar.
the thing is, there is a huge market for these sort of smart toilets.
Absolutely.
Japan has a bunch of those ones.
I was just
right?
gonna say that. Yeah. That all that. You know.
But
heated
ours would be a one to
seats and-
retrofit, like for old toilets, like in America.
Mhm.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
sell
yeah.
Westerners
Like-
on the Japanese toilet idea, but it's like an aftermarket type
Right,
thing.
here's a $40 piece. Hook it on.
Right.
You're good to go.
You gotta clean the bag every month, least you receive terrible eye contact.
I really do think a motivational toilet would be really great.
Okay.
You know,
What
I
else do you
think.
want to hear in those moments? Do you have an idea? Is like your preferred
Just
coaching
like nice
style?
job, good job, you did a really great
Affirmations,
job,
positive
you know.
affirmations.
And then like
I think that'd
later
work.
in the night, like shh, it's okay, go back to sleep. You know, after you're done peeing and it's like a late night pee, the toilet knows it's like 3 a.m. and you're peeing. It's like, okay, really good job, and now go back to bed, buddy. Shh, you know,
Oh,
or
I
like
like this.
good
shit.
We
morning.
definitely have to
It's
use
got an
the,
LED on there
yeah.
late at night, so you don't have to turn on the actual lights.
The
so you're not
motion light comes on.
Oh, I
and it's
brought
like
up the
this little
Philips Hue bulbs already. That's
Yeah.
happening.
You know, it's a
With
motion
proximity
light.
sensors even. It's
You said
definitely
it. You
happening.
said
Come
it.
on, at least night lights, of course.
And then like
Of course.
a nice little whisper or something like that, or good morning. Hey, good morning. You want me to play a song for you while you're taking a shit? You know.
I think if we can get the data off the Apple Watch while you're sleeping to see whether you're having a nightmare or a dream, we could also respond more accurately with the lighting.
Oh man,
You know,
totally.
we can kind of keep the red hell of fire
It looks like
going
you had
if
a rough
wanna
night,
stay in
David.
that sort of headspace.
Yeah.
Or if you want to like always be brought out of a nightmarish headspace, like it can have, you know,
But after
some
you
fun
did
colors.
it like 5,000 or 6,000 times, the data it would know what you want, right? So it
Right.
would tell you, be able to read it and see what you responded to best the last time.
Long term, hopefully being able to look at EKG data that's being taken by your smartphone secretly from you, you
Yeah.
know, predicting your every move, predicting and actually looking at your actual every move.
These algorithms that will be created will be incredible.
So in that moment when you bring up algorithm, I want to get this just clear for the future. Could I hit the artificial intelligence button?
Yes.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes, totally. Algorithm.
Anytime algorithm is brought up.
Algorithm. Anything that we're even remotely talking, like smart house, smart,
Ooh.
like technology.
That's not artificial intelligence though.
Smart, like hey, lights
Smart
turn
house?
on. I guess
The way
not.
I use it,
Sure.
it's like on off, you know, remotely from your phone or whatever. But also they're like light timers, sophisticated light timers.
Fair enough.
You can maybe program like turn it on blue color
I
this
think
hour, turn
there's
it on
a fine
green
line
color
though,
that hour.
When we talk about smart houses, you can very easily
You
start
tell it
talking
what to
about
do.
it.
You give it
know what I
instructions,
mean?
you give it commands. It's more like programming in that way.
Sure. Because like Alexa, though, is that an AI or is that like whatever? How would you talk about that?
Well, it's an intelligent source, and then it provides, you know, facts and information. So when you start to include Alexa, that's another level.
It's not
you
really
know?
AI though, right?
Because my smart plugs aren't telling me like the weather's 48, because like that would be an intelligence. I mean, that's information. Otherwise, they're just taking my orders. They're they're just goons.
Alexa's not
smart plugs are goons. Alexa's
Right.
another story.
Yeah, she's not
Alexa-
actively thinking. You know,
Alexa
making
is a digital
decisions.
consigliere. You know, she's got the info.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to talk to Alexa about something? Talk to Alexa. You want to talk to Siri about something? Talk to Siri. You said you were talking, you know, you saw people talking to Siri.
Yeah,
Or
yeah. People
what's
use-
being asked to Siri? What's like the common question?
All sorts of stuff. You know, movie times, temperature, day. You know, at work, I have to date things at work. You know, so what's 7 days from today? So it tells me it's like the 5th or the, you know what I mean? It gives me the 7 days from today. What's 45 days out from today?
What's 7 days from today? You heard him.
Yeah. Well,
Couldn't add 7, everyone.
you know, well, you
Not
know,
adding 7. It's the 14th. What's 7 days from today?
what is
Shit.
today? I don't know.
14th.
Today's the 7th.
23? No, wait.
Today's the
that's
7th,
too
right?
many,
That was
it's too
literally
many,
the 7th,
it's too
so
many.
So it's 14. So today's
It
14.
could be the 20.
But some days you don't want to think
Fourth?
about it, and you're just like asking. It tells you, and you're like, boom, let's go.
We're developing bone spurs in our brain from not, relying on all the technology.
I think we all just got a bone spur from just talking about this
Just a
Siri
brain spur.
nonsense. No, but
So
that's a whole
back
nother
to-
digital consigliere. I'm still on that. We can. Would you want to put like strap an Amazon Dot to the side of this? I'm not gonna buy a Google or even an Apple
Right.
theme to be too expensive. I want to keep my costs low. If I'm
Right.
Putting this thrown together, this smart toilet retrofit together.
An Amazon Dot though, yeah.
That would be the one, right?
And then like remember those things they had you where you could press the button and it would auto ship you.
Oh
Like
yeah,
dash
they got rid of
buttons.
those though.
Dash
Dash
they
buttons.
did, right.
Yeah.
You could do toilet paper one. You could put toilet paper dash button. Oh, I'm out of
That's
TP.
pretty good.
Bam, hit that button.
But honestly, you could put an LCD on there with all sorts of
man, just
buttons
like a
that
little
you could
small
program
screen.
on. That'll just be like a customized remote, though. To me, I want to use a way to integrate your smartphone. Like if there's a way we can have it talk to your smartphone and provide the options on
How
your
about a
smartphone.
stand?
It
How about a
pops up on
stand
your
that comes
smartphone
up?
when you sit down. You can choose your settings there, or you can choose it natively on the machine. Talking to it, there's like different ways to adjust it. So that way, if you go in the bathroom actually and you want to change the lighting, you're like, you know what? I want to take a shit right now with some blue. You don't have to say
shit lighting.
shit lighting blue. Shit lighting blue. People can like hear you outside. You know, they're walking by the bathroom. Shit lighting
Turn
red.
my light shit blue shit.
You know, it's like embarrassing. You can just use your smartphone.
room when I poop.
Let's do a wind down shit. It's like starts to play Kenny G. Gets the smooth jazz going. Get you relaxed.
This
Sprays
is
a
gonna
little-
be a Chipotle shit. So let's
Slayer.
get this. This is gonna be a rough one, boys.
I have another question about development for this product. Do you think
Sure.
we should include an essential oil diffuser?
Who doesn't like a nice smell, right?
It
You
seems
gotta-
like it'd be easy to attach. It would be some maintenance to add to, but
something that hits the smells quick, right? Something to quickly mask it.
because what is it doing if it's not changing the terrible smell that it's being subjected to constantly?
A little match comes out, lights it, you know, and that
It's
goes
just a
away, and
match
then
that
the-
lights itself.
Ooh, that's not very good.
Of course, it's not really good.
What
It's
about
true.
the poopery? Have you heard about those? It's got the it's
You
a
spray
spray.
it? Yeah.
So what if it was just like a long sprayer and you screw up your own bottle of poopery? You don't buy the
Then you need new. Essential oil is like more of a common product, you know, like you can get eucalyptus oil, CVS,
Port-
pretty much
Walgreens,
anything that you
little
can put in a spray
diffuser.
bottle. You know.
Little
Yeah,
diffuser
we have
in
to
there.
buy the specialty like poopery products.
I guess so.
Although to be honest, we can get on the retail shelves. That could be a thing. You know, we're like working hard to get shelf space.
Hey,
we
more
need to think of these
monetizing, right.
we need to think about these stupid ass proprietary
Recharge
products
packs.
that fuck people over and keep us bound to the ecosystem. We could take either product or either business route. In fact, maybe we'll do competing products. One is like super essential oil driven, whatever. The other one's like a proprietary canister of CO2, like mixed with pine oil, and it like blasts out.
Terrible.
Just does the spray. We actually have one of those at work. A thing that just like sprays the air every like 5 minutes.
Really? Oh, it's
Yeah.
in the corner, plugged in, and it just lets out a fart of beautiful
No.
smell.
It's in the middle of the wall, like in the middle of the room. You know, maybe 10 feet up.
I used
Just
to have one of
sprays
those.
into the
Yeah,
atmosphere.
it's
A
Febreze-
2-stall bathroom.
Febreze used to sense motion, and as you
Yeah.
walked by it a couple
They're like,
times, it just. Psst.
Yeah.
So of course, me and my younger brother would run by it 100 times.
So how do you feel about that stuff? I'm not into that per se.
No, it's
but I like
interesting.
the fact that someone's like putting some effort in. You know, trying.
I don't know. You wonder. That's one of those things you wonder about what what it's done to the environment, having this like toxic thing that's just like spraying things out of these chemicals. These
I'm glad
chemicals.
you keep worrying about the environmental impact.
Yeah, well, you know.
So you're gonna help us build a sustainable product. That's an excellent thing.
You know,
we'll use hemp to
sustainability
build
is-
this bag.
That's the future, though. People want more things that are sustainable. They don't want single-use things
Of course.
because they're conscious of it, right? People see what's happening with the world.
it just makes the most sense long term. You know, it takes time to have to replace items and like
As we
go
get smarter as
acquire
a
things,
species.
unpack things. It's so nice to just have stuff that lasts forever and then you don't have to worry about.
Right. It is very counterintuitive to our consumer capitalist culture, where we want to buy things, and again,
There's a new model. There's something improved upon. You know,
iPhone, right.
it's out of date, so you just need to swap it out.
getting the next version of our toilet.
Yeah, I suppose for some things this would be more valuable than others. I'll tell you what I could use is a pair of headphones.
Oh yeah,
that last forever.
You're into the headphones, yeah,
Just
that's right.
made of like, blade of steel, an old sword
Yeah,
blade.
yeah.
Cupped with some sort of beautiful wooden ear cup. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that would last a long time.
I saw a cell phone that was pretty much it was like a prototype from a couple years ago, and it was like basically like a flat piece that you like added your own attachments to that like upgraded the phone.
Phone blocks?
So it was like phone blocks. I think that's what it was. So it was like, oh, you want a better camera, so you could attach yourself a better camera to your phone, and like, oh, you want more storage, so you could attach more storage, and
This
like
is the proprietary product company,
Right.
The one that's got a solution for everything.
yeah, but it's like the idea that you could keep upgrading your phone with like components, like a PC, right? As opposed to like a console, right? You buy a console, you can't upgrade your console. You got Xbox One, you got Xbox
I
One.
appreciate it. It's just so small. You
Right,
know?
which-
It's just, to have to add things to make it interchangeable, all the
Sure,
extra
sure,
threading you need to connect the parts together.
This was the idea, like it just like snapped in the back, or you snapped. You know what I mean? It was like a
But the snapping
like a
mechanism.
cork board, or
Right.
not those. What are those boards called with a bunch of like
Pegboard.
like an ice cream sandwich
Pegboard.
but with a lot more circles. It just snaps right in, snaps right out. You have a bigger
Velcro.
battery and a bigger
But
camera.
anything you're describing right now, you can describe any snapping mechanism. The fact that you have to snap it together as opposed to just efficiently binding it to a
might get
metal
loose
case
up,
or
right.
whatever they do.
the durability,
Glass
right?
is-
We have
thin
phones.
as
The durability
possible.
of that on a
Yes,
phone.
yes,
It's
yes.
adding thickness. It's adding something.
Right.
Its existence, necessitates a physical presence of some new object, some technology to keep it in snapping mode,
Absolutely.
coming together. I like the idea. It's tough even with laptops now to replace parts. Add new RAM.
So much. So
It's not fun.
Yeah.
Batteries, the whole problem for a lot of them.
But like, look at our. I think it's unfortunate that our phones are so unable to access like the insides of our phones, like fix our phones, and you know what I mean. Like my speaker's damaged on my phone, and I can't really like do anything myself to fix that, right? Like,
Yeah, it's tough.
I have to get a whole brand new
You've
phone.
probably fixed screens before, right? Like
Yeah, you
cracked
could-
screens.
You could do that, like exchange those out and stuff like that. But like,
Speakers another story.
speaking of the story, and two, like you do it, you like break the warranty. So if you do fuck something up really
Are
bad,
you under warranty? How long have you had it?
this one's brand new, and I think
you
I have
just
to,
watered it, huh?
it's funny. It happened really recently, and I don't know when it happened.
I
and
thought they're waterproof.
I thought so too. So that's why I don't remember dropping it in water.
We gotta talk, Apple.
Yeah, that's the X Max, isn't it? Or
I don't
XS?
care
Yeah.
if Max
that's a
slam
brand- that's
dunked it in his toilet. I want some waterproofage.
It feels weird. I don't understand why it happened. So I was thinking maybe I have the Apple Care Protection Plan.
you
been a
have
year.
Apple Care too?
I do.
Go
What
do
are you
it. So I
doing?
should just-
What are you
just get it.
doing?
It's
Well,
way cheaper.
This
Okay,
also was
okay,
a
so you're
recent-
covered. You have an insurance policy. I
This
didn't know
was
about
also
that. We
recent.
shouldn't even be having this conversation. You're set. You're set.
I didn't mean to have the conversation. I just was saying that your inability to like fix that myself. Like I have to have. If I didn't have the Apple Care Protection Plan, and I did spend a boatload of money on that phone,
You'd be buying tiny screwdrivers
And I'd be like,
magnifying
motherfucker,
glasses, trying to
right.
make this happen
be
yourself.
super disappointed. So
It's nice when you can swap stuff.
Yeah.
It's just this stuff's getting too cool. Honestly,
yeah, just
you used to be able to fix all sorts of shit. You know, even
Can't.
like cars now versus then. Like
They have, like,
still got 4 wheels. They
boxes,
still have engines, but now they have like this computer-driven,
my
personality.
friend drives a BMW, this little like hatchback, and he says anything that's wrong, he has to take it to a dealership because they connect it to the computers. So
Oh,
if
wait,
something
wait,
goes
wait,
wrong,
wait.
there's like sensors.
What kind of thinking are the computers
I didn't
doing?
get there yet,
Could I hit the butt?
but
Crash
Could I hit the butt?
prevention. It's got BMWs are loaded with a lot of technology stuff.
right. So it's got to plug it
Sounds
in.
like
so it's
some
like
artificial intelligence to me.
you're you got a trip sensor. You got to bring it in. $200 for the operating and labor.
that
It's
sucks.
like.
That sucks.
But
That's
again,
terrible. That's
you can't do
terrible.
it at your house. You can't be
Fuck
like,
that.
oh, I fixed
Fuck
it.
that. I would love to get like a BMW or like an Audi or one of those cars, but like to pay for the maintenance on that shit.
That's the point,
crazy
right?
part.
You have
Like,
to
give me
afford
a
it.
Camry and something that can be fixed by anyone in
So
the
it's
country.
one
Yeah.
window mirror or
Crown Vic,
window
dude.
motor. It's $500. The locking mechanism on a Mercedes GL 450
Specific to
Very
fix
specific.
that. To fix that.
just
Well, that-
$500 to replace the little stem. $500.
Yeah,
Right.
that shit.
Right.
To be getting hit up like that. I actually had that problem when I had to replace my locking mechanism when it went up and down because one person used like screws that were too long when they replaced it and screwed the door to the panel or fucked up.
Weird. Wow.
Yeah, insane. But eventually they got it fixed. It did not cost $500. I said it was like
No.
more like 80.
Just the fact that some of these expensive cars, because it's just so proprietary and so like ownership of them, that's what you have to pay. If you want it fixed, you have to pay that money, right? It's ridiculous.
Car maintenance is a whole thing. Especially the thing is with me, if I want to get a car, I drive up to northern Wisconsin a lot, which is like 6-hour drive. It's like
Yeah.
a whole nother part of the country. Like pickup trucks, like
6
red state
hours,
Trump voter
you're
type
going
people. Yeah.
somewhere.
So when I get up there, if you're in a Tesla, people don't know what to do with that.
Good luck.
It's like, ooh, yeah, haven't worked on one of those myself. Let me call a guy in town, see if he's seen one before, and then we'll try to get you on to where you're going.
I do not know where to get parts for that.
Compared to a Camry
Look at
or
charging
a
stations.
Jeep.
I was just about to
How
say
about a charging
stations.
station? Where are you going to charge yourself in there? I'm sure. See, I don't own a Tesla, so maybe it's a lot easier than that I'm giving it credit for. But,
I know they have like mobile technicians. They'll do it in the field. They'll come fix your car in the field while it's like parked somewhere. So you can see where your car is and
Right.
send someone to your car on the street and
wow,
they'll try to
that's
fix
wild.
it. Yeah.
You can also
Right, busy
plan
ass
out your
people.
road trip.
around
The
chargers.
chargers.
Yeah, around
but
the
dude,
chargers.
That's
obviously,
inconvenient. That could
I'm-
be convenient.
I'm saying my life, out of necessity goes up to like this rural area or an area that's not supercharged station ready, like Los Angeles or Chicago would be. So I want to go to those areas and not be like held back.
and feel
That
comfortable and
sucks.
be like, oh, I can handle this. Or I can fix my car and everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, or
It's
you
not
can
like
get
a-
parts. I love
Right.
the idea of getting a Camry or something because the parts are just everywhere. Like if you break down somewhere, it's not like, well, we're gonna have to ship that from Germany, so you'll be here until Friday.
Toyotas are super reliable.
Toyota,
Not even
and then
counting the
F-150,
reliability.
That's like one of the most common cars in existence. is the
Commonality.
Ford F-150 is like
Yeah.
one of that
Pickup
and
truck.
Mustang. Yeah. Then Camry,
Corollas.
Was it the Crown Vic, which was
Ford.
Ford? Yeah, like
because
that,
it's another Ford.
right. But wasn't it like you could, if you had like a socket wrench or whatever, it was like you could pretty much fix anything on that car. There was like if you had a certain
That's
tool set.
interesting.
Because it's a cop car.
My friend
yeah.
Rob had a Crown Vic.
Yeah, it was something like
And
if you
yet-
had that tool set, like you could pretty much almost fix anything on that car inside.
That's
of it.
very funny.
Where it was like so basic, but
Nobody. It's built like a tank and just lasts forever. Actually, the one he had was used, I believe, first as a police vehicle,
Sure.
second as a taxi cab,
No way.
and then third he had it
Wow.
It had like holes drilled into
I was
it
gonna
from
say,
like where the
that had some
taxi
life.
gear was. It had some life. No, but bring up
think it has
that
a-
wrench thing. Definitely did like last a super long time. You know, had that famous trunk that you could fit like 8,
Thing.
12 golf bags in, or whatever the hell it is, like some sort of outrageous space.
I would love a car like that. I had a friend who had a big car like that. It was an
Buick?
older, maybe it was a Buick.
Cadillac, what was it?
It was, I think it was an old Lincoln, but it was like an older
Oh yeah,
Lincoln.
oh yeah, that's great.
And it just was huge. It was black, and he had it in high school, and it just was like a ridiculous car. It was a boat. Like he just drove this boat around.
Yeah, those are special.
Oh man, yeah.
It
And
fe-
just
it
driving
feels
it, you
like-
felt luxury because it
it's-
had
it's
leather
like-
seats, and it was just.
Yeah, it's way more like you're driving around like a living room around the city. You know, like you're in like a mini house
Absolutely.
versus this like clear vehicle.
Think about how many fewer cars were on the road when those were invented, though, too. So
Yeah, that's true.
you had more space to
When they-
roam.
Yeah, that's true. We keep developing, keep building stuff.
Now when
Cities-
you go in the city, it's like you're bumper to bumper. You know what I mean? And everybody's on top of each other. It's
Cars
crazy.
are very affordable in this country. Cars
Crazy.
are very affordable. A lot of countries, people don't have cars. They're not flooded everywhere. Here, it's insane.
Yeah.
Car culture is insane.
It's ridiculous. But that's again is because the 50s highways, inventing highways and having a crisscross the country. And gas prices being so cheap here. People can
That's
travel.
that's a big deal.
People can go wherever
It's
the
the
hell they
gas.
want, and
It's the gas.
it allows having this big old country, easily traversable.
Yeah, it's been like a uniquely American industry too, because at the time in which that technology came of age, we were hitting a certain economic stride. We were like ready to contribute to the world economy in some major way. We were just
booming.
looking how, and eventually we got like Henry Ford, and we lucked out with some innovation there,
Super genius.
or just we produced that innovation.
Yeah.
That was just something that was special about us at the time.
Yeah.
The mindsets that were possible. But yeah, we got some sweet ass cars.
Right?
We got some sweet ass cars made.
Yeah,
And then
I-
some other countries are like, yeah, you should make them like this. We're like, oh yeah, we should.
Speaking of the climate, I heard that the car ownership is about to dip drastically, though, in this country. Like in the next couple of years,
Well, because of like car sharing shit.
car sharing shit,
that.
Ubering. No, but beyond that, like sustainability, people just don't want cars anymore. And people can't afford buying brand new cars anymore.
I get
They
that.
say
You know what I
there's
think is
supposed to be a big, a 3.1 million less cars bought next year.
I'm ready to predict what's going to happen. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
So people are definitely going to start more. I'm going to speak right in the mic for this one. People are definitely going to start more commonly taking some sort of smart car. They can just call an app like an Uber. It comes to their home. Only there's no driver. It's going to be a driverless car.
Smart car.
People are going to share those. At first, the cost of ownership is going to be dramatic. To own a fully autonomous car that can take you wherever you need to go, sedan. Maybe it's got that Crown Vic body type.
I'm
Maybe
sorry.
it's
Would
huge.
are you saying an automatic? Would it be like an AI? driven
Absolutely,
car?
it's a. It would be an artificial intelligence car, no doubt about it. And then what's going to happen is car ownership is just going to be something that wealthy people experience. Because I don't want to wait for my app to come bring this car for me to go somewhere, even though it takes just a minute or two. I want to have it out in front of my house, ready to take me wherever I want. It's your personal driver, ready to go 24/7. You have your own car.
Yeah.
If you're rich, you'd still have your own.
Right.
And people will always have that feeling like it'll be I mentioned how one of those big cars is kind of like a living room. People feel at home in their car, and they want to feel like that is their home. Like,
Absolutely.
take off your shoes when you come in my house, whatever the fuck. People are gonna feel that way about their driverless AI type cars.
This is yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. I do think that more people will have access to their own cars, though. I think the cheaper this becomes, you're right. But I think everyone's gonna have their little. Do you ever see Minority Report, where they have these pods that everyone's in the pods, and the pods are always going at like super fast?
It's gonna be that unpersonal. That's
Yeah.
bullshit, though, man.
Yeah.
I want to
You
be able to
think
leave
people-
my lunch in my pod. I want to be able to like leave my gym shoes, my basketball shoes.
You're right. I think we talked about it. Like it's a very American to own a car
Come
and have your
on.
own car, and I think that's right.
You can share a laptop with people in your family too, but it's like, fuck that. I want my own laptop. Give me a goddamn laptop. I'm not gonna be awake waiting, using it between 7 and 9 p.m. That's the best time to use it. So
Another sci-fi movie, the Sixth Day, where they have their own self-driving cars, where he's driving it, and then he's like, "All right, autopilot," and then he starts talking, and then car starts driving itself. That I see is more likely, right? Like where you could do both, where you could drive the car yourself if you want to, because it's fun to drive.
at that
cars.
point, it's just a video
It's
game.
a novelty. It's a novelty.
But you're driving with other cars that are autonomous and could brake, and your car could brake.
Well,
and
they
can still
know-
stop you from killing yourself and do
I
all
was
these
gonna
things.
say,
So it's still
They're
driving.
on the grid. They
but
know
you're playing
you're
a game.
human.
If
playing.
all of them are all connected, then it's
Then-
gonna take out traffic will be faster too, because the
They
only
can
reason we get
override
those
you.
traffic snakes are where like stops for a minute is because the person,
Oh.
you know,
Before
Yeah, we
them,
could
before
go
everyone's
on
gonna
all
be
day about
moving.
it's a reaction time that's delayed and then
Oh yeah, I'm full bullish on driverless cars. That's why I'm
for sure.
Did you hear that it was, I believe it was Amazon or Walmart, one of them was already using self-driving cars for a year in a secret pilot program with no accidents. And
That's
because the
I've
area
heard
is
of companies
so
doing that. Yeah.
the area is so murky, there's no real oversight on it, so that they just did it and without saying anything. And
Yeah, ask for forgiveness, not permission
Right.
ahead of time.
And they're just
there's
like, "We
a
did it."
grocery company that did that. I've heard of.
Really?
The grocery delivery. They still had a guy who was there because
Mhm.
it was like I think to be legal, but also to get the groceries out of the car.
sure,
But
but it was just driving itself.
yeah, yeah. So that stuff is well underway.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I have to talk about more of that in the future.
Yeah.
Future.
We have future casts where we'll have a button where every time we talk about AI, we're gonna fucking.
It's something to think about because it's obviously not something that's going to be going away.
No, it's the
So,
future, dude.
It'd
The
be nice to
future.
acknowledge it and just have the running joke on it.
Maybe in 2020 we can discuss it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's right.
Right around the
2020.
corner.
The next decade. Oh, thanks everyone. Enjoy the rest of your 2019.
Later, bros.
Bye.